5900 North Oak.
Hey, man, nobody puts better jazz on their pizza than Minsky's.
Right now, any Minsky's large 4-topping, $8.99.
Kansas City, a tranquil, peaceful community of whispering fountain.
It's Isaac Curtis, I broke his jaw, and Will Hite stayed here overnight.
Things are heating up at Arrowhead Stadium, so things are getting hot at Bannister Mall with weekly live tapings of Bump and Run.
We don't like them, and on Saturday it's going to be a bloodbath.
Join Duron Cherry and Company at Bannister Mall Wednesday nights at 7 for an inside look at Kansas City's favorite team. And watch Bump and Run on American Cablevision, coming through for Kansas City.
Back in the North Town, and North Kansas City leads at 6-3 here at halftime, and a pretty well-fought first half. And North Kansas City, Theotis was able to get on the board first, and they did it with the running attack, and they did it with Quentin Golden.
Golden, number 44, you can see he sets up his blocker right there. There's big Chris King. It gets inside, he bounces to the outside. That's a good setup by Quentin Golding, who's also had a really good first half. Good half by the young man.
Then Blue Springs South came right back the other way, and a 26-yard field goal put through the uprights by Jeff Klee.
Klee had great concentration. As you can see, big mule backers right in front of him, right in front of his face. But a good concentration by Klee.
Things are fairly equal in the total yardage department and also the rushing yardage there, Theotis. But the big thing, the big factor in the first half, the penalty category.
Well, it came at the unopportune time. It seems like Blue Springs was driving for, good first down markers, and they couldn't get it there. And because they kind of fumbled themselves, getting themselves offsides, and penalties will hurt. But you have to understand this is a young football team, and you like the way these guys have been able to be poised thus far in the first half.
Coach David Ross down by 3 to North Kansas City, 6-3 on the road tonight. Both teams 1-1 coming in here. Listen to the fired-up Jaguars.
1, 2, 3, Jaguars!
Wow, right in there. Now that's good. That's good camera work. You want to get right in the middle of the whole shuffle. You get right there, get those camera people right there. I love it. You like that physical aspect now.
Well, right, Theotis. Unfortunately, I was a little bit close to my monitor, and that one hurt. We take you right to the action on the high school game of the week, and I know Russ Gardner is down there in the middle of that somewhere. He's our handheld cameraman. And John Taggart on the far sideline tonight, right in the middle of that action. Johnny Ogden and Austin Pittman back deep for Blue Springs to receive Derek Brown's kickoff. And Ogden takes it inside his own 5. Trying to set up his blocking. It just doesn't materialize for him, and he's down at the 17-yard line. Brought down there by Damian Schaefer. So the Jaguars of Blue Springs South will start on offense to begin the second half. Very solid first half on the ground for the Jaguars. Pittman finishes with 68 yards in the first half.
Young man had a strong first half, and his ability to make people miss and not arm tackling. I'm impressed the way he's able to keep his legs driving.
He's in the backfield right now, gets the call, cuts it back outside, then cuts it inside. Got a first down across the 30-yard line. Austin Pittman on first down. Derek Brown brings him down.
What can you say about this young man? Here he gets a inside, is sweeping outside, but watch the good block right there by number 34, Brian Webb. He gets to the outside. We talked about this young man, just a sophomore, has the ability to bounce outside. See the key block right there, and I'm just impressed the way he's able to handle the football this evening.
Well blocked by the Jaguars. A flag on the play. Flags are what killed South in the first half. And it's against the offense of Blue Springs South, so penalty number 9. tonight against the Jaguars.
Well, they had 8 penalties in the first half, again at unopportune times, and you know, I'm impressed with this young man. 12 rushes, 83 yards thus far early in the third quarter. You got to credit the offensive line, you know, the way that they are handling this North Kansas City football team.
Standing next to the team as they came on the field in the second half, and Pittman is a very solid young man too. Not too tall, but he's solid. And here he is on first down, 1st and 15, getting maybe a yard on the play. As the Hornets were there in number, Billy Ferguson, among others, in there on the tackle for the Hornets. You know, Billy Ferguson, of course, well, at least our director claiming this, our director John Dennison claiming that he takes him on in the blocks in the driveways of the Northtown. And I don't know what Billy's response will be to that.
No wonder he's a terrible blocker. No,
that's on the basketball court. I should say the cement. And this one's intended for Brooks, nearly picked off there by Nate Coons.
Nate Coons reads this play adequately, you know, real well. There's Mascarenas. Here's the play fakes one side and throws back, but Nate Coons reads the eyes of the quarterback and almost is there at the time at the ball.
The Jaguars have yet to complete a pass tonight, but fortunately they have Austin Pittman and also Webb in the backfield, and a very finely blocked line that's led to the rushing yardage tonight. They throw it out, and it's complete this time on the pass from Mascarenas to Eddie Brooks. So after not completing a pass all ball game, they pick this opportunity to complete one and pick up the first down.
This is a good roll out by Mascarenas. He's rolling to our left here on the monitor, and seemed like he wanted to run. They're forced the defender up. There's Eddie Brooks, comes back to the football, and the quarterback just gets smacked on the sideline. As you can see, Mascarenas, he takes him, there he goes, takes to the sideline. Good heads-up play by Mascarenas, quarterback delivering a good pass.
Tustignano administering the blow out of bounds, and Pittman stopped for a loss of 2, and it's Tucker Frost back there to get him in the backfield.
Tucker Frost, another experienced person, young man for North Kansas City. Here he knifes in there. They try to get to the outside again. This is the good ball fake by the defender. As you can see, Tucker Frost gets right up there and makes a good play.
Ball at the 43 of Blue Springs South. First down or second down and 12. Back to pass the quarterback, Mascarenas. Brooks with the reception again, but not for much gain on this play. Nate Coons there to make the stop.
This is a good play by Nate Coons. He's standing right there. This is another short drop by Mascarenas. Here you can see the ball fake, which freezes the linebackers. He wants to deliver that quick slant, and Coons doesn't bite on it. I wouldn't be surprised later on in the ball game to do that kind of that pump fake and go right over the top. Coons has been playing the defender very tight.
Brings up a third down. A gain of 1 on the play, so make it 3rd and 11. Ball marked to the 44 of the Jaguars. Receivers left and right, I formation. Mascarenas lofts the pass, and it's intercepted. Intercepted by Ferguson, taking the right sideline. Cuts it back inside and down at the 16-yard line. Brian King finally ran him down.
Interception by number 55, Billy Ferguson. There's a flag on the play.
Well, you can't fault the quarterback for this play. The ball was just deflected out of the receiver's hands into the hands of number 55, Billy Ferguson. The ball seemed like it just kind of lofted over. Oh, it gets whacked right there. And a good heads-up play by Billy Ferguson. And as he's strolling down the sideline, hey, he didn't want to go out of bounds. You have to take him out of town. Here's another look. Mascarenas kind of floats it up there. And it seems like number 34, Brian Webb, just tips it off of his fingertips, and there's Ferguson to pick off the interception. And it looks like a penalty on the play.
A couple of flags on the play as Ferguson comes up with the interception, and he says, take this, John Dennison. You may dominate me on the basketball floor, but not tonight. This interception is mine.
You know, I honestly believe that this young man has better skills than John Dennison. I mean, Dennison talks about what a great player he is. But anyway, good play by Ferguson. He was right there by the time the ball was delivered.
So after the clipping, North Kansas City will have the football at the 43, their own 43. As a happy Ferguson looks on, he's given his team the football here in the early moments of the second half. And this is Hubble for a first down. And he just pinballs off of people into Blue Springs South territory down at the 40-yard line. Finally making the stop, Wimberly, along with Nitsche.
Well, this is good inside running. They run behind that big number 77 Mulak. That's a good run by Hubble, and you can't, I mean, he got his shoulders lower than the defender. He bowls him over. This was a good run, good strong run by Mike Hubble, who's having a pretty good night this evening.
Hubble came in as the leading ball carrier on this North Kansas City squad. He continues that with his evening here tonight, but not on this play. A loss of 4 back to the 45-yard line.
Hubble carries the ball for a loss.
Jesse Ryland in the backfield for Blue Springs South.
Ryland makes a good play. This is initial surge. They're trying to get that off-tackle play. There's Ryland, stuffs the play before it gets started, gets into the backfield. This is what type of plays they have to make for this young defensive team.
Actually, Robert Hicks is the man in there, 57 doing the job. He's been all over the place tonight, Robert Hicks has.
He's their team leader.
Second down, 14. Scarcello has his receiver Brown, and he is cleaned up at the 40-yard line by a couple of people. 52 is Wimberly, and 41 is Jesse Ryland.
Well, they try to stretch the defense a little bit, try to get some one-on-one combinations. Here's our ground level. There's the quarterback, the short drop. There's Brown, makes the reception, tries to spread the defensive personnel out, but good play by number 52, Joe Wimberly.
He's back to the original line of scrimmage, brings up a 3rd down and 10 with 6.5 minutes to play, 3rd quarter. Scarcello got Coons, who cuts it back inside. He's got the first down inside the 30 at the 26. So the big, tall quarterback standing in there tough now. Wimberly and Garricky make the tackle.
Good play fake, a short roll by the quarterback. This was an excellent route run by Coons. He ran the defender off, thought that he was going to go deep, but stopped right around the first down marker, turns around, makes additional yards. Good heads-up play by Coons.
And a first down for the Hornets at the 26. Cutting it outside is Golden with some room. He's got another first down as he runs over plenty of sophomores and down inside the 10-yard line. Jesse Ryland finally made the stop.
Golden, as he did in the first half, sets up his blockers, bounces outside quick, uses his ability to get out, uses his speed, breaks into the secondary, runs over the defender. Good run by Quentin Golden. As you can see, makes a nifty run, bounces to the outside. He likes to use that speed that he has.
And it looks like the knee or ankle injury that he had earlier not bothering him too much on that play. Hubble trying to keep this drive alive, which is now down inside the 10-yard line. Maybe gets a couple on this carry. And Jeremy Searcy on the stop for Blue Springs South.
Golden's number, I tell you what, 61 yards and 6 carries. Seems like he's getting, first down every time he touches the ball. But you got to credit that offensive line and his ability to set up the offensive blockers.
The Hornets with a second down at the 6-yard line. 2nd and goal. And Golden tries to improvise again. The ball is loose. And the Jaguars have recovered again. It's recovered by Shane Loving. Another key mistake in this one by North Kansas City. Their second fumble down deep.
Well, you got to credit, I was watching that play, you got to credit number 57, Robert Hicks. Seems like he makes the first contact. As you can see, Golden tries to bounce to the outside. He strips the ball from behind and recovered by Blue Springs South. But Robert Hicks made that initial contact and stripped the ball from the ball carrier.
I don't think we can get any closer on that, Theotis. Has to be Russ Gardner down on the sideline pulling that off for us. Only on the high school game of the week. Sweeping left goes Webb. Shakes a tackler and out close to the 15-yard line. Tackled there by Jason Allender of North Kansas City, and Webb appears to be hurt.
He's limping a little bit, but you have to credit the wide receiver, Eddie Brown. They tried to go off the first count, and they did. They get here's the pitch to the outside. You see how they block the man inside, and Webb bounces to the outside. Look at the block, good block by number 9, Eddie Brooks, and Webb picks up additional yards.
Well, a nice play by Allender. On the misdirection, this play's going nowhere. And a flag on the play on 2nd down and 4. Pittman was the ball carrier, and it's a flag against North Kansas City.
It looked like a late hit, and then a ball carrier was down, and you had a defender flying into the pile. This was a misdirection, inside handoff by the quarterback, a misdirection. The ball carrier's down, and you can see another body fly right there.
I stopped it. Dead ball, personal foul this way. 34 white or blue. First down.
It's 34 white or blue.
Well, it's obviously against North Kansas City. It'll be a first down now for Blue Springs South after they picked up that fumble. Shane Loving in there to recover the fumble as, again, North Kansas City gets it down deep, fumbles the football in a key situation. And the Jaguars of David Ross are just hanging in there with plays like that.
Well, Buddy Young cannot be excited about the way his football team is giving up the ball when they have an opportunity to score some points on the board. You have to be able to put teams away when you have that opportunity. They're just not doing that tonight.
We know Bud Young told us before the game they lost to Oak Park last week. He said they had 3 really fine practices leading up to that game, but they played terrible. And he said, we've had 3 really fine practices this week, and he didn't know what to expect. 6-3, North Kansas City leads it by 3 over Blue Springs South. Pittman on the carry, running left, shakes a tackler, and on first down he picks up 4, and he's out to the 32-yard line. Billy Ferguson on the tackle for North Kansas City.
You have to be excited about this young man. Sophomore, 5'9", 185, 90 pounds. He bounced the ball to the outside. Good blocking by the offensive line. Credit those guys for sustaining their blocks and the ability for the wide receiver to sustain his for the running back to make some good yardage.
Time winding in the 3rd quarter. North Kansas City by 3 over the Jaguars of Blue Springs South. Mascarino is creamed in the backfield. All kinds of people in there, including Mulak, also Stuvey and Allender.
Number 77, Mulak, clogs up the hole. Seemed like they wanted to get an option. There's Mulak, penetrates the backfield and stops the quarterback again. He may have a sore neck tomorrow morning.
Man.
But Mulak's all over the field. He plays offense and he plays defense. The coaches like him because of his mobility.
Boy, and the sophomore Mascarenas had a tarp thrown over him on that one. Plenty of humanity on top of him. He's sweeping out to the left side. Flag on the play, and he's tackled there by Ferguson. Actually, it was 65, Chris Johnson, who made the stop.
Well, Mascarena didn't have a chance to get anywhere here. He tries to roll out, and 65, he's right there on top of him before he gets a chance to get to the outside. Good penetration by number 65.
And we've gone to the reverse angle.
Oh, I love it. And there is 65, Johnson running off the field. That's even shows speed running off the field, Neil.
I just didn't know how to handle the reverse angle at this point in the proceedings. 3 years and we're up to the, I don't know what's next, Theotis.
Oh, no.
What a crew we got working here. North Kansas City here tonight. Simmons with the punt. Waiting deep is Coons. He takes it in at his 44 and sweeps right. Has some blocking out there as he cuts it inside into Blue Springs South territory at the 32-yard line. Gerke on the stop for the Jaguars.
This was a good punt by the Blue Springs punter, but watch how Coons said reverse angle. I love it. God, what modern technology does. But here's Coons, finds the wall, gets to the outside, and just strings it out there, cuts it back up inside. Good return by Nate Coons with the reverse angle. Pretty soon we're going to have the helmet cam.
Don't tempt our director, John Dennison. All he would have to do is find a guinea pig to wear it. And here's the pass attempt, and it may have been hauled in by Hubble. Hubble on the juggle. And it's a gain of about 2, but an impressive catch as Ryland makes the stop for Blue Springs South.
Here's a quick 3-step drop, and Hubble's out there, makes a great one-handed grab. There's great concentration. Looks like it almost hits the turf, but the only problem is they got about a couple of yards out of that.
Well, you got to
good concentration.
Mark that one down in the catch column for Hubble. 2nd down 8. Ball at the 31 of Blue Springs South on the quick pitch to Hubble. And this play has worked all night long for North Kansas City. Looks like he's got a first down as he gets close to the 20-yard line. They mark it at the 21 on the tackle, Jeremy Searcy on his pursuit.
Neil, why that play is working so successful for North Kansas City is the ability for the offensive line to sustain their drive and sustain their blocks. They get to the outside. Here's another quick count. Watch number 57. He gets out there, running back, good vision, cuts up inside of the block. Good run, good play selection.
And the backs have the football so quickly outside that it's easy for them to pick their hole because they're already out there on the play. It's about a 15-yard lateral. Scarcello whips it to the near side, and Coons makes a nice move, shaking one tackler. Touchdown, North Kansas City. Yards, Scarcello to Coons.
Neil, as we said all night long, what they wanted to do was spread the defense out and isolate on the secondary. And they did just that. They had one-on-one coverage. Scarcello made a great delivery to the receiver. Coons breaks a tackle and heads into the end zone.
North Kansas City takes the lead 12-3. On to kick the extra point, Jason Allender. And Jason has this one through there. So the Hornets take the lead by 10, 13-3 over Blue Springs South. So after the fumbles had been costly down in the scoring zone, they come up with this play.
A quick 3-step drop by the quarterback, Scarcello. Here's Coons, breaks the only guy that's out there. That's the only place you hate to be as a defensive back, out there on the island by yourself. Coons makes the man miss, heads into the end zone. Good play selection. Why that thing happened, why it worked, was the ability to spread the defense out and get this thing one-on-one, receiver versus defensive back.
Coons made a nice move, adjusting to the football. As it came toward him, he was already thinking about getting around that first defender, and he shook free of him, and it was clear sailing after that.
Most receivers do that on any level of play, is when they see nothing but daylight, they want to run before they catch the football. And this is what happened. He adjusted very well to the pass, and which gave him the ability to spin around, make the guy miss, and head into the end zone.
And Scarcello now with 73 yards passing. Coons has caught 2 for 34 yards and a touchdown. And this one is hammered into the end zone with that nice gala behind him. Derek Brown boots this one through the end zone.
Well, probably in the locker room at halftime, Coach Young got to these guys and said, listen, we can spread the defense out, make these guys play tackle football, and maybe we can come up with some big plays. They softened up the middle with Hubble and Quentin. The guys got in there. Then they spread the defense out. You know, it's a tough task to ask some of these Blue Springs South guys. They're so young, but they have to be able to make plays like that.
13-3, North Kansas City. 27 seconds to play, third quarter. And movement again on the offensive line. Simmons jumped for Blue Springs South. Mulak jumped for North Kansas City. Let's see who it's against.
Dead ball.
Loose ball start against the
And it's
Jaguars.
procedure A legal procedure against the Jaguars, so that'll mark it off
Dead
5,
ball.
1st and
Illegal
15.
procedure. White, still first down.
It'll be a 5-yard penalty against Blue Springs South. 1st and 15 to the Jaguars.
Here's a replay. There's a little movement on the right side of the screen right there to defend. Now, defense, you can move. You can cross the line of scrimmage, but you can also get back before the snap of the football.
On the pitch back. And no gain on that play, and plenty of Hornets there to nullify that one. Pittman was the ball carrier, but it looks like he lost a yard on the play.
Seems like North Kansas City made some adjustments at halftime, and that is not to allow the running backs to get outside, to force everything back into the defense.
And that's the end of the third quarter. Well, David Ross's team, 6-3 at halftime. His team trailed by but 3, but North Kansas City has come out and put together a nice drive toward the end of the third quarter, and they now lead it 13-3 at home against Blue Springs South. Bump and Run is back and offering the only TV show where you, the fans, are a part of the program. Bump and Run features Deron Cherry and, of course, Theotis Brown, and Theotis brings a different chief every week.
Every week.
You can see the highlights of the last game, a scouting report of the next opponent, and, of course, that special guest player.
Well, you know what happens now, Neil, because you're so famous with this thing now. Can you walk the streets? I see that there's bodyguards, escorting you to the to Bannister Mall. What is this all about? I mean, when they announce you, they go, "Ladies and gentlemen, Neil Hardwell," and everyone is bowing. I like that, Neil. I don't know. I like that kind of a deal.
Somehow I've missed that, Theotis. Where have I been?
Well, you've been right a part of it. Look at that. The crowd is still going crazy. They're going, Neil, Neil, Neil,
Exactly.
Neil, 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 Neil. I mean, they're still going crazy. Look at that. They're going crazy out there. They want to go to Bannister Mall
Well,
and
as
see
long as
Neil.
they don't do the tomahawk chop, I think we're okay.
Well, okay.
We know how to handle that.
Yeah.
Let's see if Mascarenas can handle this situation. The crowd getting into this one for North Kansas City, and he's backed up deep in his end zone, and it's intercepted by Derek Brown. A flag on the play as it went off the intended receiver, Shane Loving. Looked like it went right off his pads and into the hand of Brown. But it's interference against North Kansas City, so that keeps the drive alive for David Ross.
They tried to hit the quick tight end. You can see on ground level here, this is a quick ball fake. They tried to hit the tight end Loving over the middle, but he was held when the ball was in the air.
Defensive pass interference. First down.
You know that Shane Loving is the only player on Blue Springs South football team that plays both ways.
And Shane, the tight end, right now on offense. First down. Well, actually, it's not a first down, I guess. The ball comes all the way out to the 28-yard line, and it brings up a 2nd down 2 after the 15-yard penalty. All right, automatic first down. 1st and 10. 1st and 10, 28-yard line for the Jaguars. This is Pittman, but he's got no blocking out there this time. Tackled by 65, Chris Johnson, and also Tucker Frost, number 1, was there.
Chris Johnson makes a good play. They had some success running to the outside. Pittman tried to bounce outside. You see from ground level. Looks like something's inside. He tries to go outside, but there's number 65, Chris Johnson, nullifies it, gets forced back into the defenders. So good play by Chris Johnson, and also number 1, Tucker Frost.
2nd down, 13. Mascarenas, incomplete. I don't know who he was throwing it to. Either the wide receiver, number 20, Johnny Ogden, or the near receiver, Eddie Brooks, but a flag on the play.
The Tendon's receiver, Eddie Brooks, was trying to get the ball, but he was held by number 1, Tucker Frost. It was a quick slant.
And the penalties against Blue Springs South. And the coaching staff of North Kansas City pointing to push them back, take the penalty, as they talk it over. Well, the Jaguars, Theotis, trailing 6-3 at halftime, now 13-3 in this
Holding.
ball game.
This way, we're backing you up, guys. Be second down.
As it's holding against Blue Springs South, but now the young team for the Jaguars must try to come from behind, trailing 13-3.
Well, again, what's going to be important is how well they can sustain a drive, do what they did best early in the first half, ball control, get these good running backs, give them some room to run the football.